what I want you to start thinking of is if you're having trouble thinking of like, okay, what can be my program, or how can I make something efficient, or how can I create something that's awesome, even such as pin, right? The coloring pins, the amazing pins. So how do we create a buyer's club around that, or a continuity program? What I suggest you look at is a dynamic advisory board. This is a really cool concept. So what this is this is when you reach out to people in the space, but have been in different roles. So maybe a vice president. In our case, it might be a vice president of a brand. So in ours, we have, there's Glock guns, there's Rugers, there's all kinds of different ones, right? Sig Sauer. So we can start looking at LinkedIn, and we can look at who used to be the vice president of Glock, who used to be not the CEO, but maybe the CFO or the COO, right? Who used to be a mechanic at Glock. So we can start reaching out to them and saying, hey, we're creating this organization. We got this club that's really cool, and we'd like for you to be on the board. So what does that mean? So then we have different people, maybe a mechanic, or maybe somebody part of an organization that's been created, or maybe something that is a non-for-profit, right? So reaching out to people who can be in your dynamic advisor boards. These could actually be people that are influencers in your space, such as YouTube rockstars, right? Or Instagram, bloggers on Reddit or whatnot. That list can go on and on. But what you start doing is you start looking at, okay, who are these people? How do we reach out to them? And then how do we create them around a dynamic advisor board? You create that mission statement. Hey, here's what we're up to. Here's what we're looking for. We want you to be a part of this group. We want to get your advice on what would be a really cool club. And then what you do is you split. So you say, let's say you take 10% of the profits of your company, okay? And what you do is you divide that in half. So you do 5% and 5%. So these guys are going to give you ideas and concepts and strategies and intel that you might have not ever had that you now do. And what you're going to do is you're going to pay them 5%. Let's say you have 10 people, okay? So 10 people are going to receive 5% of the profits for being on the board, and they have to meet once a month with you on a Zoom call. They have to give ideas, insights. They have to be present. And the other 5%, what you do is you give these to people that make a contribution for your company, such as they record videos for you. Maybe they're on podcasts with you. Maybe they write a documentary for you. Maybe they let you go and interview them as a testimonial. Maybe they give you an endorsement for the company. So you reach out to them, okay? So this 5%, what you do is you pay these people on a percentage of how they contribute. So if these guys are on a monthly call for your members, so by the way, you're going to get to talk to, in our case, the vice president of Glock, the past vice president of Glock, hear what he has to say. He's a part of our board advisory. Hey, you remember Tim Allen? Remember Home Improvement? He's a part of our advisory board, okay? He's all in because we donate to his charity. So you can start reaching out to these guys, a top wrestler, right? An old past wrestler or past coach. Like, these people are accessible. All you have to do is email them, call them, and say, hey, here's what we're looking to do. So we do dynamic advisor boards. This can be 5 to 10 people you get on a call, and you can record those calls if you want. Those are great accountability people to make sure your business moves in the right direction, okay? So I love looking at an advisory board. We're putting one of those together as well internally to seeing of who is our top 100 people. Like, who are the top 100 that if we had them as a part of our organization, we could conquer the world. So we're building that list, and then now we're starting to do an outreach and saying, hey, we want you to be a part of something big, right? Here's our mission statement. Here's where we're headed. We might be small now, but we're about to be something big, and we want you to be a part of that because this is bigger than me and this is bigger than you. Cool? So this could be top runners. This could be past athletes. This could be past Olympic runners for the guys doing in running, right? Past wine owners, right? VPs of top wines. That'd be really cool. Past, what do they call them? Like when the chemist who makes the wines. That'd be really cool. Got an idea?
Can you explain again the difference between the 5% and the other? What
So
they contribute?
they're getting this 5% just being on your board.
Just to be on the board.
Just to be on the board,
Okay.
5% of your profit. And then this is the 5% of the people who actually go further and beyond and contribute. So
Okay.
maybe they're on one of your monthly calls. Maybe in your buyers club, you're like, hey, by the way, we're going to go on the vice president of this past company. Who wants to be on that call and ask questions? That's a really cool concept. The other thing is, if you're having struggles with what to sell, start here. Start with a VIP group, just a Facebook group. It's as simple as that. That's exactly where we started. We never had the buyers club. That wasn't day one. Our day one was we started a Facebook group and we started charging $19.95 to be a part of it, to be a part of this organization. So don't make it harder than it needs to be. Once you build that organization, once you build that community, they're going to tell you what's cooler, what's better, what's more awesome, like what I want to be a part of. Lastly, is research. What are other companies selling you or selling your clients currently on a continuity basis? What are they looking for? So does that make sense? Does that help you guys a little bit with the advisory board? Kind of a cool concept, right? So then, and that's going to make you extremely powerful, by the way. So then I just want to start running down a few ideas. That's something that we've kind of looked at. Okay, so we know we have one thing, which is we have the NGOA, which is awesome. So this is just kind of us brainstorming, but I'm going to share our brainstorming power with you. So it's like, okay, that's really cool. We can sell the NGOA, but shoot, if we're converting at 12%, that means 88% of the people said no. So they want something different. What if we create a video series? And this video series is a monthly series, almost like a Netflix series, done really well, done professionally, but it's not meant for prime time. So it's not meant for the public. It's only private members. So it's almost like this private underground kind of video series that's for survivalists, people that, don't want to be known. Our people like to fly under the radar. So we're creating a video series, reaching out to experts in this space and saying, hey, we want you to be a part of this thing. And then as you contribute, the members that you're going to bring in, we want to give you a percentage of that. Okay. That's kind of interesting. So we thought about doing something like that. What if we did this? What if we started creating annual events with all our members? Okay. Annual events where we just sell that. Hey, come to one of our events. It's $297 or it's $397 or it's $497 to come. We're going to do all kinds of cool stuff. We're going to shoot guns. We're going to blow up tanks. We're going to ride on top of these things. We're going to shoot mortars, and we're going to shoot 50 cal guns. And then we're going to go through a flamethrower. We're going to light up the sky. And then the next day we're going to be on a 30,000 square foot or 30,000 mile acre or whatever that is ranch. So we're right now in the process of doing that. We got a farm a guy owns like 32 tanks, and we're going to go blow stuff up. Right. So we're going to go have these people ride on tanks and get to drive them around this course, go through water, down, take off trees. So what about our annual event that we charge, maybe, I don't know, $3,000 for? Or maybe we don't. Maybe we thought about doing something like beer, guns, and barbecue. That couldn't ever get bad, right? So beer, guns, and barbecue. The trifecta. All right. So if we did that, what if we did a consumer report? So basically there's all these other products in our space, and people want to know about those. They want to know reviews. That's the biggest thing we get is, hey, can you review this item? It's not our product, somebody else's product, but they trust our advice. So we're now looking at, okay, well, how does Bryson go out? So we're purchasing 4 guns. By the way, he hates that. We purchase 4 guns a month right now just for him to go and shoot at the range. And then we keep them. What we're looking at is, okay, well, how do we turn that again from a cost into a profit center? So what we're doing is we're showing these reviews, and then we're doing sweepstakes, right, for the gun to go out. And then if it doesn't go through the sweepstakes, we're just selling them used. So we're getting most of our money back, and we're doing a review on them, blowing up our YouTube channels, making people know about the NGOA, creating a presence, getting more members. So consumer reports, reviews, that's a pretty cool thing. So could you do reviews about products that are in your space? How do you love them? Do you hate them? Another one for us is state laws. So state laws, how's that working, right? What's going on with that? If I travel from Missouri and I'm going over to Idaho or Utah, what states do I have to travel through? Can I have my gun in my hand, or do I have to have it in their trunk? Does the ammo have to be out? So that's a big thing, state laws. So we're looking at something like that. Like, what if we create a law site that people could load up into an app and it tracks you? Let's see, showing permits, what works where, how to get permits. That's a big one for us. So we're just looking at what can we start selling as a front end offer? Or what about how to get your conceal license? Conceal and carry. That's another big one for us. My question is what are people buying outside of us? So what about for us, it's, cleaning their firearms. People want their firearms cleaned. So, hey, guess what? We'll clean your firearms for a monthly charge. All we do is you ship them in and then we'll ship them back to you cleaned. So if there was a program where I just sent in a helicopter that's broke and it comes back freaking new, I'd be like, it's magic. I'm totally down. I pay $29 a month to have that done and rock and roll. We thought about doing an American gun show. So basically where people come in and we do this American gun show, almost like where this came from was the Antique Roadshow, where we go around to different states, people bring in their guns, all their antique guns, and we do American gun show where it's all antique guns, and we just talk about it, right? We find a guy who loves antiques. Guess what? He's probably on our advisory board, right? One of these Antique Roadshow peeps, and then he knows all about this, so we create the American gun show, create a series to it, we charge for it. We thought about doing something like that. We create a program where basically you don't have to pay for the gun up front. What we'll do is we'll do monthly plans because we have a lot of people who are unable to pay for the gun up front, but they want the gun, so they'll do payment plans. They'll do like $150 a month or something. There's another one of a magazine. There's like car and driver. We're thinking about gun and shooter. So basically we take the firearm and then we have a shooter that goes out and we do a gun, and this is a magazine or an article that we present. So this would be about a 6-page or a 12-page article that we're looking at. Then we looked at, what if we did monthly Monday calls, survival calls? So basically this is all about survival. Okay? Is this giving you guys ideas? Then we looked at, what about custom stuff? So anything custom. So if I was in the running niche, what about custom shoes, custom belts, custom lights, custom gear, right? All customized. What about if it was embroidered? Can I embroider all that stuff? Well, ours is going to be custom holsters, custom scopes, custom lasers, custom everything, night sights for their guns. How do we create that? How do we do custom painting? How do we do custom stilting? How do we do custom laser engraving? Okay. Maybe you guys have heard of a Binti. So we've looked at that. This is A-B-E-N-T-I or Y, I believe. So what a Binti does is you pay like $100 a month, and then it allows like 1,000 members to get access to all these brands for cheap. So it's like this membership club. It's kind of cool. So you should check out a Binti. That's really awesome. Oh man, we have all kinds of cool things. So we have the VIP club. We also have like a forum that we want to build. So an underground forum for our members where they're able to talk and chat, and basically it's hidden from SEO. So it's never searchable. But we thought about doing a Zoom call where members could come in and ask questions. So, hey, I'm new to guns, right? I just need somebody to talk to. A lot of people get lost. Hey, what questions do you have? Hey, I'm looking at doing something really cool with my grandson. I don't know what to do, right? I feel kind of lost. It's been a minute, okay? Or I'm having relationship problems. So what we're doing with this, so why are we creating all these things? Is because, but Trey, you already have the NGOA. That's pretty sweet. It is, but this is one entry point. We have one entry point for the NGOA. So what all this is doing is when we start creating all these little guys, we're creating a subscription, but realistically, when they buy this, they get access to all this. Okay? When they buy this, the video series, they get access to everything. When they buy this, they get access to all this. So all these are their loss leaders, the front end offers. Okay? So we're selling them, hey, Consumer Reports, we do these really cool things. It's this magazine. People are like, yo, man, I'm totally down for that. And then when they become a member, we're like, guess what? You're also part of the American Gun Show. You're part of this gun and shooting magazine. You get layaway, you get cleaned, you get Zooms, you get video series, you get the NGOA, you get state laws, you get permits, conceal and carries, like all this other stuff. So not only are we creating just one continuity program, but what we start doing is we're creating multiple continuity programs, multiple other opportunities for these people to say, yes, I'm in. And we're being able to cast a bigger, wider net, allowing these guys to come in different angles, different ideas, different ways of life. And realistically, what we're doing is by using all this, we're doing our main mission, which we're growing the NGOA. Everything points here. So as you guys are growing, maybe you're looking at, okay, I'll start here. I'll do cleaning, okay? Or I'll start doing consumer reports and reviews about different other products that people want to do, or how to stay clean at house, right? Clean at the home, or gardening, how to garden, how to know what seeds to plant, how to plant properly, how to make sure your plants don't freeze. You know, the laws, the 1, 2, 3 laws about planting a tomato, how to make sure your garden is always the best garden. Maybe you're a truck driver, right? An 18-wheeler, right? How to have the best CBs, right? What channels do you want to be on? What walkie-talkies do you use? What gas stations do you pump at? Who has the best hot dogs? Maybe that's the trucker road show, right? So you can do all kinds of cool things, but then again, you can bring in these dynamic advisory boards, right? What if you had the vice president of Peterbilt come in, or the prior VP, or the prior CEO, or the prior COO? So all these guys are accessible. The guy who patented the tire that goes on the Peterbilts, right? These guys have knowledge and they have inner circles that you guys can attach to and explode your continuity programs. So what I'm trying to do is just keep expanding and keep building and opening your mind to, there's just so many different types of opportunities out there for you to go and grab.